Today I'm in Salisbury, home of what some people describe as Britain's worst tourist attraction, Stonehenge. Salisbury, of course, is also known for the Salisbury poisoning, arguably more interesting than rocks in a field in my opinion. It's also home to a lovely cathedral. I say lovely, I've never seen it. Could be a dump. Yeah, okay, it's not a dump. That is actually pretty spectacular. But the main attraction that we're here to see is, like I say, Stonehenge. Tomorrow morning, Jesus. Tomorrow morning we will be heading off to go see Stonehenge. Hopefully it's going to be better than people say. I don't know, maybe it's like a decent calf or something, you know. I'm gonna go get some food, then we'll go to sleep, and then tomorrow we'll head off to Stonehenge. Right, it's the next day now. I've woken up, I've had my breakfast, nice little continental breakfast. But we are now off to the main attraction, Stonehenge. Let's see if things are really as bad as people say. We've got a bus to catch.
Salisbury was laid out in the early 13th century to a regular grid plan of streets, with the resulting squares known as chequers. A lively account of the Salisbury markets, as they were in 1842, is contained in Chapter 5 of Charles Dickens's novel, Martin Chuzzlewit.
Right, so I've just arrived. Decided to take the bus here, because I thought, you know, it's only 9 miles down the road, something like that. So I thought, well, there's no point getting an Uber, that was a bit expensive. Just get the bus, nice and easy. 18 quid? 18 quid for a return ticket? It's 9 miles down the road. I should have just jogged. 18 quid? I've already spent, bear in mind I spent 23 quid already to come here in the first place. 18 quid on top of that. I do understand that it is a tour bus, and so it is telling you information, you are listening to stuff. Oh, I thought it was boring, to be honest. They've got 2 ice cream vans over there, look. That's seriously what the Druids would want? Oh look, some rocks where some dead people were buried. Anyone for a 99? I haven't got a clue where I'm going, to be honest with you. I'm just walking to the big building. It's like something off Grand Designs. Claire and John turned their 14th century crack den into a vision of beauty. Claire's now dead. That's generally what happens, isn't it? Okay, it's just been in the exhibition in there. That's not a good start, let me tell you. What a bore. Probably the emptiest exhibition I've ever been in. I'm not even just saying that. That was shocking. Anyway, there's some like settlement things here to have a look around, and then you get on this like bus over there to get to the stones. It's a bland start. Guess things can only get better. Oh, there's a rock. It's an identical replica to the stones that are used in Stonehenge. Apparently it would have taken 100 people, 100 strong people it says, to move the rock. I just can't believe they were faffing around doing this all this time ago. These stones weigh about 25 tons and had to be moved about 200 miles from South Wales. It's pretty impressive. This is one of the huts that I think they used to live in. That's the bed down there. Another bed over there. The fire pit, I'm guessing. Probably, I don't know, plasma TV on there. Pretty much seen everything. There's not really anything to see, to be honest. So let's hop on the shuttle and go off to the stones. Right, I've just arrived at the actual stones. Here's hoping that it's far more interesting than the exhibition. I feel bad for slacking it off, because I know people will be like thinking that I'm just doing it for the sake of it or whatever, but genuinely really bland. Anyway, I can see the stones in the distance for the first time. Let's head over there right now. So these stones have been very carefully placed to line up with the sun. For what reason, I'm not quite sure. I think they were just into the sun and all that back then. Not the newspaper, obviously, that was knocking about. A lot of people cremated here. I think about 300 people being cremated here, men, women and children. For those who don't know, Stonehenge was built 5,000 years ago, but in 1915 some bloke bought it for £6,600 at an auction. He'd only gone to the auction to get some chairs, some dining chairs. He came away with Stonehenge, imagine that. Anyway, it's obviously now not in private ownership. It's now owned by some heritage, whatever. And yeah, obviously can't now be sold at auction. Rightly so, it's not really yours to sell, is it? Okay, here they are in the background, as you can see here. There's actually a lot less of them than I thought, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be a complete circle originally, just all fallen down, haven't they, and all crumbled. And this is the restored version as well. This isn't even the original. They've made it look like this. In recent times, I think in the last 100 years, they've sort of messed about with it a little bit. Sort of looks a little bit like a Tetris graveyard or something, doesn't it? Now, unfortunately, you can't actually go inside and sort of touch the stones or anything like that, but what you can do is, if you want to get up really early or stay really late, you are allowed to actually get a bit nearer than this. I mean, as you can see, we're not that close. I wasn't going to pay the extra money. I think it's like 60 quid to go stand inside or touch it or something. 23 is enough. I'll just stand there. I don't really need to touch the rocks. They're just rocks. But I guess if you did want to get up really early, and do that, then that's on you. I'd rather have me sleep, to be honest. You've also got this like circular ring outline around the edge as well. I think this was part of the first ever version of Stonehenge. They just decided to make some trenches, which is, you know, fair enough. They had nothing else to do, did they? So you can blame them. Showing a little dig. Now, it's never good news when the reception building is more interesting than the actual stones. It's never good news, is it? They got some French kids behind me taking the mick out of me for filming. You're literally French. You can't take the mick, you're French. I actually can't believe I'm being bullied from a distance by French people. I can't believe they're actually laughing at me. I can hear them. I don't think they realise I can hear them. But the wind's carrying the sound, so I know exactly what they're saying in a French accent. Hey guys, is what they're saying. It's all fun, isn't it? I need to see some damn stones. Don't take the mick out of me. They suddenly got very quiet when I walked past. We're getting further away from it now. I'm not quite sure why they're doing this. Why can't we stand a bit closer? I don't know. Here it is from the distance now. I mean, it's the same really, but just further away. Apparently it's been aligned on the midsummer sunrise. It's been aligned, guys. Look, it's been aligned to the sun. Which, in all fairness, for, you know, prehistoric people or whatever, is quite impressive. How did they do that? That's why some people say it was built by aliens, this thing. People say aliens built it. Those people are mental, and I love them for it. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is built by aliens. I'm not sure why they build it, though. Why would you build, like, a ring of rock? Make a pyramid. I understand a pyramid. It's a tip, that. The more I'm walking around it, the more I'm starting to think it just looks like a sort of finished game of Jenga. I think that's less impressive the more we walk around it. It's not even that big, really, is it? I know we're from a distance, obviously, everything looks small, but I don't know, I thought it was going to be a bit bigger. It is just rocks, isn't it? At least put like a little calf inside it, or make them rotate round or something. You've got to think how you're going to make this interesting for tourists. The rocks aren't enough. The exhibition centre's not enough. Definitely not enough. You've got to think of something else. Swimming pool, jacuzzi, spa, slide, roller coaster. Just rotate them on the very basic level. Just spin them round on a big moving plate or something. People love bouldering these days. Imagine bouldering on that. I'm just saying that it could be like the leading place to boulder in the world. There's lots of uses for it. Looking at it shouldn't be one of them. It's not enough. There's a road here, right? We've got a massive, nice prehistoric road here with some prehistoric lorries driving past. They're not fussed. No one's slowing down to look at it. This might be one of the better angles, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're working with. Not a lot, really, is it? It doesn't inspire you. A fair play to whoever built it. You've done a great job with what you had, the tools and stuff. But as a tourism hotspot, we've got to do more with it. You can't just leave them there, and then you can't make it about 200 metres away either. You used to be able to climb on it and go touch it and everything. That was, I think they called that off in like 1971, something like that. But apparently they're getting worn away. They're literally prehistoric, of course. They're going to be worn away. They survived hundreds of years, but they couldn't survive a few toddlers jumping on them. After about 1971 or there and thereabouts, it then got roped off. I don't know if it's the same rope. If anything, that's more impressive if that's stayed since 1971. That's an antique now. They roped it all off, stopped people from climbing on them, and the world got a lot more boring, consequently. I'm not quite sure why we're being made to go for a little walk now. We're being forcibly made to sort of walk around the entire thing. This is like the original IKEA. You've got to go around it. You're forced to just look at it from every possible angle. And it kind of looks the same. I'm trying to work out what's the best angle here. I'm not really too sure. It all just kind of looks the same. It's a bit muddy underfoot as well. You could put some gravel down here, ideally. I can't believe that. 23 quid to do a lap of it. 18 quid on the bus. 41 quid. We haven't even got to the cafe yet. Another angle. This time we've got a big rock next to it, just in case you want something a bit different. We are back to the start now. It does, however, make me very happy that I didn't pay 50, 60 quid to get up early and go actually touch the stones. That would have been a massive waste of money. I mean, it's already been a massive waste of money, to be honest. 70 quid on a hotel room. About the same on a train ticket, maybe more. Support the video if you can. It really is just a lump of rock. Get me to a calf and rip me off. Right, just sat down in the cafe. There's a decent amount of options. Sandwiches, drinks, etc. Some hot stuff, some cakes. I got myself a sandwich. £5.95 for a chicken and bacon sandwich. In total, including a sausage roll and a drink, it cost me over £11. The sausage roll does look decent, in all fairness. I mean, it's not going to be Greg's, is it? But you know, it looks decent. Let's see if it tastes decent.
That tastes really good, to be fair.
Possibly the best part of the day.
Right, so I've just had my lunch now. It cost me over £11, like I say, for a sausage roll, a sandwich which was £6, and a bottle of water £2.20. Who's counting? Me, I'm counting. Overall, I'd say it's pretty disappointing, this place. I mean, when the reception is better than the actual attraction, that's never a good sign, is it? Let's face it. It's a lot of money to come here. Let's keep it for tourists, because, you know, you can rip them off, can't you? As for people living in the UK, don't bother. Honestly, I'm not even just saying that. I didn't want to just moan the entire video, so I will give some redeeming factors. Some redeeming factors. Love the hand dryers here. Cracking hand dryers. I think they're called Air Fury or Dry Fury, I don't know. Great hand dryers. And a quality sausage roll. What more can you ask for? I'd make it free. That's what I'd ask for. Oh yeah, and it's also one of those places where you have to go through the gift shop in order to leave. It's one of them. Do you want a tea towel? 16 quid. No, I'm alright. I'm good, thanks. So the big question is this Britain's worst tourist attraction? Yeah. Genuinely, I was going to give a more balanced answer, but actually, yeah. The stones are interesting for about 5 minutes. There's nothing here. Sorry about that. Bit of a downer to end on, isn't it? Anyway, let's go home. 5 hours on a train to come here. 5 hours back.